right, Tammy Sue. Beautiful day in Oklahoma. Tuesday, March the 16th.
Right.
Let's jump right in it. Hey, James. Due to stud owner timing, I was only able to AI at 10.55. Talking about a progesterone level. Skipped a day and bred again. Does that timing sound like it will be successful? So 10.55 is early by maybe a day, half a day. Here's the deal. If her numbers kept on rising and you bred on a 2.55, you bred 2 days later, you're good. But you didn't check progesterone level to make sure numbers will stay up, and I think that's something these days, something that we always do now. So the answer is, there we go, that's better. So the answer is probably okay, but I'd be more comfortable if we knew what the number was later on. Someone's talking about credit cards. I did that one on scams, and people said I didn't realize that credit cards could be reversed. You bet they can be reversed.
Because the credit card company is protecting their customers.
That's right.
Doesn't matter if you have a contract, you know, happened to us.
That's right.
That was a costly lesson from.
Yep. So we just don't take credit cards on anything of any significant amount of money. Don't do it. It's you know, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. And the problem with this is that depending on how this has been done, you've got no recourse. Even though you've got a signed contract, you can prove the dog was picked up. Somebody can still basically steal the dog from you. So be very.
We did it through PayPal, and the woman paid us with the credit card, full amount.
Yes, we didn't know it was done with the credit card. We just took PayPal.
That meant flight and everything.
Yep.
Well over $9,000.
Yes. Someone's talking about using Venmo. Venmo is also a PayPal company. We've never had a problem with Venmo, but I've never taken that kind of money from it, so I just don't know.
I just wouldn't do the credit card thing.
Cash App, the same way. Here's the thing with PayPal and Cash App, there's a limit on how much money somebody can send you. It's in the order of $1,000 or $2,000. So depending on what you're selling dogs for, it may not be a way you can even do it. Someone's asking about the progesterone machine. They want to know whether they have to get the test kits for the progesterone machine from us. The answer is no. Anybody who sells Wand-Fo progesterone kits, you can use theirs. It doesn't have to be from us. Hopefully we've got good prices and we can ship out very quickly. But we are definitely not, you're not locked into us.
But if you like us, buy it.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's get an interesting one. Tell me you want to talk about something while I'm doing this?
Do I want to talk about something?
Yes.
Something.
Hey, here's an interesting one. Talk about the coyote.
The what?
Coyote.
Oh, Lord.
So we live in the country, and at night time, you can hear all the coyotes when the sun goes down.
Yeah, well, this wasn't when the sun was going down.
Right. So normally you just don't see them. But yesterday, 2 days ago in the morning, we let Kid out, who's 17 pound now, even that. 15 pound.
Yeah.
15 pound.
Little bitty thing.
Less than a year old dog.
She looks like a little pig.
Just that little pig running around out there.
And that's what that coyote thought too.
Coyote was like maybe
stalking her.
100 yards away.
Yeah.
Looking at her.
Stalking her. When I came out to holler for Kit and I couldn't find her, that coyote moved, probably 50 feet away from me. Or I saw him about that. And I looked at him, and here comes Kit running around the corner, and he ran a little further and stopped, turned around, and just stared. So I ran in the house with Kit and grabbed the gun, grabbed James. We both went out the side door. That coyote was still sitting there, thinking I was going to let something else out.
Brave.
Oh,
so I think this is
brave.
So let's just have a little conversation about. Look, we live out we're not like out in the country where we've got nobody for miles, but it's half a mile away to somebody else. So there's deer and ducks and geese, but there's other animals out there that are more aggressive, like hawks and owls that can take small puppies.
Yes.
Chihuahuas, things the size of rabbits. They eat them all day long. Just be a bit aware of that.
Oh yeah.
And then things like coyotes absolutely could take medium-sized dogs.
Usually coyotes work in teams.
Yeah, I don't know that's really bright here, isn't it? Sorry, folks, and this video is just washing us out, but you don't need to look at us anyway. But I think that it's one of those things that you've got to think about when things go wrong. How can they go wrong? And just kind of.
And it can go quick.
Yes, exactly.
Way wrong.
Exactly. I remember seeing that one video where they'd got little bunny rabbit and they let it loose in the backyard after they kind of nursed the thing and did the video, and then a hawk came down and just picked up the little rabbit and flew off with it.
Yes.
Sad day.
Yes. Yeah.
Listen to this one. Tammy, tell me what you think. Hey, there's a guy who has one of the best looking fluffy males I've ever seen. He's selling stud credit for $6,000 with a 2K lock-in, saying he only has 2 spots left. He refused to share pedigree, AK registration, and became hostile when I asked to see this information on his stud contract.
Better go somewhere else.
He said he does verbal contracts. He expects me to trust him based on a 30,000 followers on Instagram and his 20 years of breeding. I see his videos and his dogs, and they appear to be about 3 months old, but he wouldn't tell me how old the dog was either. He also has no other French on his page besides this dog, and all the other dogs are bulldogs and pit bulls.
Red flag.
Yeah, so I'd like to ask your opinion.
Yeah, go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean,
they can't produce what you are asking,
Exactly.
Pedigrees and stuff like this.
I mean, I put a comment on this, and it's basically exactly what you're saying. But the answer is, if you ask reasonable questions, you should expect reasonable answers, right, in a timely manner. And any time that you got a question that's not being asked, it's a sensible question that's not being asked, it's time to go on somewhere else. Simple as that. So, it's just that simple. And the problem is you can get messed up in the idea that this is a good deal, I need to go grab it right now. Sure, good deals need to be grabbed right now, but you've got to go do your homework. And this guy's doing his homework. Look, this guy's got 30,000 followers on Instagram. That's a lot of people. Surely you can get some verification for some of those people about what this guy's been doing. All right, left.
Ask for references,
Yes, exactly.
You shouldn't get mad at that.
No, of course not. I took my mail to be collected and they couldn't get anything from him. He's only 10 months old. Could there be a problem with the dog? Do you think it's more of a maturity thing? Well, so look, if you've got a dog that you want to use as a stud dog and it's never been used before and this is the first time you're going to use it, you can expect to have a disappointment. For us, stud dogs take time to make them to be stud dogs. We do not expect them to be producing what we need the very first time we collect from. In fact, I've never had that happen. And what we do is we build up to this. So you take your time. AKC says 7 months is the youngest a dog can be to be an AKC approved litter. I've never had a dog that's done anything worthwhile at 7 months. Typically it's 9 months to a year. And what you've got to do is this. You've got to practice with the dog. You've got to make it a pleasurable experience for the dog. So what we do is if we have a dog in heat, we'll let him have a kind of a sniff around on that dog and see what he'll do for us. And regardless of what he does, he's going to get a treat at the end of this. We're going to make this a nice experience for him. And if you've got a dog that is you're running around with your other girls all the time, then you're probably not going to be very successful. You need to keep separate them, exactly, for at least 24 hours, if not longer. And then the moment you introduce him to the female that may be in heat, one that you want to use, that's the moment you try to immediately collect from him. You don't let him have much time to think about it. You hopefully that instinct will kick in. Okay. How long have we got on this? We've got 8 minutes. We'll do a bit more. Do you have any opinions on breeding blue-pied French bulldogs? What do you think, Tammy?
Do we have any opinions?
Well, what do you think about breeding blue? Do you like blue pieds?
Oh, I love the pieds.
I do too.
Doesn't matter if it's blue, lilac, or
yes,
a lemon
I like pieds, right?
Yeah,
pieds
are pretty.
So people worry about pieds. So there's a problem. There is a potential problem with pieds. It's called an extreme pied. So tell us about extreme pieds, Tammy. What's an extreme pied?
Doesn't have very many spots to it.
Especially on its head, right, or its ears. Right. And what is the problem?
Well, if you breed that pied to another pied, you're going to probably have puppies that are going to be like all white, mainly.
An extreme pied.
An extreme pied.
That's what we're talking about.
Not any color on the ear. We just talked about this not too long ago.
Do we?
Yeah, we sure did.
Okay. Well,
you can have deaf puppies.
Yeah, that's it. The problem is with extreme pieds that have white heads is they tend to have poor hearing or no hearing.
You did. The last video that we did together, that's what you talked about. James is getting old.
I talked about fast, accurate progesterone tests. Someone says, so you don't allow the blood to clot before spinning it down. Is that correct? No, I don't. But you know, you can, and you might have better results. I'm just too lazy. So sometimes I find that the plasma has kind of clotted up, and in that situation, I give it a little stir and spin it again. That seems to work well. Somebody's commented on our dogs. They says, mother and puppies have bad genes. They will get sick. Okay.
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 Right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for letting us know.
Oh, some people.
The next person says, beautiful dogs, they look healthy and happy.
Oops.
That's
great.
So that's Redcom says that. Thank you, Redcom. I think you're closer to the mark.
Yeah. I mean, how long we've been doing this for 17 years now.
All offsprings of a black mole and a blue dog will carry blue. Yes. All blue dogs will produce, at the very least, offspring that carry a copy of blue. All merle dogs will typically produce an offspring of which half are merle, and the ones that are merle, you'll know it because they'll have a single copy. Oh dear.
What?
Oh, I've got all these people who put comments on the collecting from a dog where they're thinking that it's naughty stuff.
Dirty old man.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
Putting your hands on that dog.
Well, I'll read one to you. Just,
no, that's stupid.
come on, let's do it.
No.
Stop exploiting animals. Dogs are murdered every second in shelters because humans abandon them and adopt, not breed. Look, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I think it's very sad that we end up with dogs that are in shelters. I don't think you're going to see a Frenchie in a shelter. Frenchies are well looked after dogs. They're easy to have in the house. They're lovable animals. If you see a Frenchie in a shelter, go adopt it, because I will. That's as simple as that. But, you know, you see some snarling, vicious beast. No, I don't want to get this wrong. I don't even want to get in this debate here. But the point here is, look, there's wonderful dogs in the shelters, and there are dogs that have got problems in the shelters. Just go do your homework.
Be careful.
Just do your homework and get yourself a nice puppy, one way or another. This person just keeps on stopping. He just does the same thing over and over. All right. Hello, my pups are 6 weeks old. Are they too young to tape their ears?
6 weeks old? No, they're not too young.
No, might be too late.
No, because sometimes they don't even, their ears don't always pop up at 5 and 6 weeks.
So we're just going to finish this whole thing talking about ears and when's the right time to do it. So 3
weeks is too early. Remember the girl we were talking to? 3 weeks is way too early, because give it a chance. If you got a real fat puppy, their ears are the hardest to come up. So you just tape it. You know, if they're 6 weeks old and they haven't popped their ears up, I'd help it a little bit. But if you've got a lighter weight puppy, those ears usually. So
your ears popped up when you were a little baby?
Yep.
So I'm going to add a little bit to what Tammy's talking about, because we've got a slightly different opinion about it, but not much. So here's the deal. The first thing is you cannot do anything wrong by taping a dog's ears up. It's a freebie deal. There's no downside to it.
Use that first day tape by Johnson & Johnson, because that other cheap stuff is worthless. It doesn't stay on. It comes off. Johnson & Johnson every once in a while doesn't stay on. But that other stuff that's cheaper, it's not worth it. You're wasting your money.
So, is there a downside taping ears up? Because I don't know it. I mean, I guess it could be a downside that a dog could swallow the tape or something. I mean, I guess that's the downside, but I never had that happen. But
well, if we did, we didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he didn't sit in a poop either. So what you'll typically see is the times that dogs' ears, they're born, and at about, you know, their eyes open up, they're running around, their ears start to pop up, they've got little tiny ears, they don't have any weight in their ears, and then the bigger ones, an ear drops down. And it does need some help, and that's typically, you know, 4.5, 5 weeks it starts doing it right.
You got a 10-week-old with the ears not down. You haven't been putting it up.
Yes.
You're probably not going to have.
So the cartilage has got to form,
right.
And the cartilage is soft, and so they go on the cartilage to form properly. So if you leave it too late, now you'll see Frenchies every now and then that are 6 months old with an ear flop down. You're not going to fix that. Don't think you're going to fix that. So start early, don't start late.
The earliest is 6 weeks, I would say.
I'm going to go 4.5, but you'll say 6.
No.
Okay,
no.
well here you go.
4.5 is
So
ridiculous.
here's where you get this discussion with people about this. Just judge it by yourself. I can tell you this: if you get started early, they tend to stay up pretty quick. If you do it late, it can take you weeks to get them to stay up.
Well,
right?
then you have the other puppies wanting to pull it off and play with it.
Right.
You know.
So what are some other reasons why ears pop down? Stress. Give a dog a shot. That'll make an ear drop.
Yeah.
An ear or two drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Separating them from mama.
Separate them from mama, weaning them.
That's
That'll
what did with a couple of our girls.
Yep.
Mama left and their one ear went down.
That'll make ears drop.
Yep.
Going to a new home and being away from their clan. That'll make an ear drop. But in all these situations, we have never ever in one time had a puppy that could not be sorted out by taping ears up.
Oh, and sometimes their ears will curl back.
Which is fine.
Which is fine because it corrects.
Yes.
It just curls back. Why?
Yes,
I don't
the very
know.
tip of it. It's a very tip of
Maybe
it.
they're just overly excited and their ears curl back. But
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
it'll correct itself.
Yes,
yeah,
that's fine.
Don't worry about that.
But it's this whole flop down ear business. And then you'll see a dog that ears not flopped down, and then you come back a couple hours later and its ears flopped down. And that's the dog you just want to keep an eye on. You definitely want to get on top of it. You don't want to be 9 weeks and they're going to go to new homes and they've got floppy ears. You don't want to do that. Now we've got the sun really in our eyes, so at this point we're probably going to say goodbye to everybody. Anything else you want to add about ears, Tammy Sue?
No.
Okay. Hey,
No.
tell them thank you. Thank them.
Thank them?
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for
all
watching.
you people that help support mybreeders.com, mybreedersupply.com.
And make us want to do more of this.
Yeah.
I mean, we like helping people.
And then remember, I've got one little puppy left in my little group of Kiki's babies. Little mahogany sable boy carries blue, carries Coco, and AT.
And he's a fluffy carrier.
Oh, he's a fluffy carrier. You bet he is. His daddy
and
is
he's small.
Love my Wolfie.
Yeah, he's a small little boy.
And little Love my Kiki.
Yes.
Kiki weighs 17 pounds if that.
Kiki comes from
the UK, from
Beast.
No. Her daddy is Grizzly Bear Jr.
Grizzly Bear Jr.
Right.
Yep,
Debbie
okay.
Hart
Yep. Hey.
sold us that baby girl.
Now
and then we got Love Denali by Andrew Hamilton.
Yes, Andrew's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a respiratory therapist. He's been saving people who've had COVID problems for the last year. So a shout out to
we want
Andrew.
a big thank you to Andrew for sure.
And Andrew's just an all-round nice guy.
Oh yeah.
So we like Andrew a lot. He's a good
And
dude.
then we got our new fluffy boy coming in this Saturday.
Yes.
This Friday.
Yes.
Yeah,
Look forward
Friday.
to seeing him.
Yeah.
Yes.
My other babies are leaving Saturday. Sorry.
And we've got some
and
some
that's
full
from Gabe.
and we've got some full fluffies coming here in another
Cali Frenchies.
Cali Frenchies, yes.
Yeah, Cali Frenchies.
Yep.
Big shout out to him. He's
Yes.
a great guy too.
Really good guy. Yep.
Yeah.
And really was
Little Odin is the
and-
daddy to our baby.
and he'd actually had somebody who'd offer him more money for the dog, and he honoured what
And
he
he kept his word.
He kept his word.
What he told us, and
I thought that was a
great.
sign of a really good dude.
Yes, he
So
is a good guy.
He's getting a little extra stuff from My Breeder Supply just as a thank you for that.
Yeah.
He's already got that.
Yeah.
So look, if you like these videos, we'd really like you to subscribe. It does make us want to do more of this. And there's a bird dog.
Yeah.
And so enjoy your doggies, everybody. Be safe, and bye-bye.